Okay, welcome everyone to our CIPM UX weekly check-in. The first agenda item is our usual one to talk about the planning issue. So there's a link to it there. Before we go there, let's go through the comments that Vitika has.
Yeah, so I mean, since I think from this milestone, we wouldn't be using this epic at all. So I wanted to know, like, what was the expectation that Tao you had from this epic, and if that would be fulfilled by taking this discussion that happens here, or whatever we put here on the planning issues.
So I really had no expectation. I think Dimitri originally created it to have one place for discussion between UX researcher, product designer, PM. But it was also before our team got in the habit of using a planning issue, which seems now that there's duplication there. Mm-hmm. But he did make a good point, which is even if we had the planning issue, that each planning issue is specific to one milestone, whereas the purpose that Dimitri proposed for this epic, which it's across milestones to capture conversation that goes beyond specific milestone planning and milestone issue implementation. I could see there's duplication there. So I don't have, if it's helpful to UX researcher and designer to have it, then it's great to keep it, but it's not a must keep for me.
Okay. Because I was planning that if, I mean, the discussion in the planning issues, they definitely help because the larger context is maintained and even the developers are a part of the conversation. So that way, I think we are sorted. We don't explicitly need this issue to have those conversations. But I personally wanted to have like one place where I could go and keep a log of everything that I'm involved in, which is kind of getting difficult at this point, especially because there are issues on which I don't even get the time to put the workflow design because it's like it happens as a part of a conversation on an issue. And the next moment, the workflow ready for development is added. So there will always be certain cases, but I still, for myself, need to have a place to go and look at if I want to refer everything that I have worked on recently. So I was thinking if it would be fair if I take this to my Notion doc, if the team doesn't need it for the larger discussion.
That's fine with me. And I agree with you that doing the, you kind of redirecting our discussion to the planning issue that includes engineering as well is a little more interactive with the entire team. And if you want to move this somewhere else, just so that you can always have a overview of your work, that's fine with me.
I'm a little bit cautious about moving this information to like outside of GitLab to Notion because it will be only accessible to you, Vitika. And for example, I could be the user of that for sure. And also, if you will move this to Notion, we will remove other people from contribution and participation. That's kind of like goes against the GitLab values. So I don't think like at least. Yeah, I'm usually advising against using any other tool because we have GitLab specifically for that. And honestly, as we earlier discussed with you, Vitika, I prefer to keep this epic open. I think it obviously adds value to you. It adds value to me as well because I can see the cross-stage collaboration. Sorry, not cross-stage, but like cross teams because you have basically 2 PMs to work with. I think in your case specifically, it just makes sense to keep it alive and to like use that as a planning across milestone but also across PMs. I don't see a big reason why we should close this issue, to be honest. I think it's helpful for keeping a general overview, so I would advise to reopen it, to be honest.
Okay.
What are the points against of keeping it open, because it's obviously helpful to keep an overview of all of the work. Why should we close it in this way?
Right.
I probably won't use it as much for discussions about things in a milestone because I'll do it in the planning issue since
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't because I don't want to do it in two places when I'm talking about a specific milestone. So this and one thing that I think Dimitri was doing that I think Vitica will have to maintain, it's maybe there's a more efficient way of doing it, is updating this table, because I saw Vitica, you noted the agenda that it doesn't exactly reflect what you're working on now. It's missing a few things.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it was clear. My understanding was product designers is maintaining the details in the description, and it is a lot of copy and paste. But
Right.
like maybe you can just use a link to a filtered list, and you make a list where it dynamically lists this all out for you when you click on the link, so you don't have to do so much manual maintenance on it.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine with making the manual changes,
Okay.
but I kind of stopped updating it because I mean there was this conversation going on, so I did not know if we
Mm-hmm.
are still doing that or we are not. So I mostly just participated in the planning issues, and I relied on the labels like candidate for this milestone, those things.
Um, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm looking at Jason's comment. He suggested, or you can move it to your personal project or something similar. Huh.
I'm afraid if we will move this to the other project that the links will not work. And honestly, like I don't see a really big need of why we should move it out because it's
Okay.
related to work, right? It's our planning issue for UX. It's very similar like for like milestone planning, but it's on the UX level. And again, especially because Vidica works with the 2 PMs, I feel it's needed. So I would probably propose Vidica to come back to Jason and ask for reasoning why we should move that. And if maybe if he would agree that we will leave it as it is right now and give it a try for another few months when we if we will say that okay that's not necessary or we can find another way to do the planning instead, I would be happy to, but I think for now we are taking usage of that. We just need to keep it updated and that's it. And if you need any help with updating that manually or more dynamically, you can talk to Dimitri because he was the one who created that. And I know he's actively using that in progressive delivery. And also similarly to that, Hayana is using that in release management. So most of the other stages in CI/CD have similar practice. So why would we get rid of that if we also feel like we need that?
Right. Sure. So let's keep that open. I'll have a conversation with Jason around it.
I
And
went ahead and just reopened it.
okay.
I know working with 2 PMs Vitica, both Jason and I interact with you on the planning issue. And he probably won't be interacting with you on this issue at all since we both interact on the planning issue. But you see the comment I just said, per discussion at this weekly meeting, we reopened this issue.
Great.
So that
Thanks.
should be, so that's there for you to use. Yeah, it didn't matter to me if it's useful to our UX folks, then it's good that I reopened it. Okay, and then so I was thinking, since our agenda was really abbreviated today and last week, if we wanted to move to alternating weeks with UX research. That's the agenda item 2 for our meeting today. Because I was thinking, one thing is Vitica and I, because we want to have time really for maybe more actual deep dives and work session together. We're going to do one-on-ones twice a week. And I'm going to guess some of the stuff that we're going to discuss will probably fall off of this agenda. And I was just wondering if we change this every other week, then one week we'll have our discussion about UX research, and then one week we'll have this check-in meeting. Any thoughts? And if so,
Sounds good to me. Yeah,
yeah,
as long as you guys just keep reaching out to me if you need anything when you're in your one-on-ones.
Yes. Well, we'll still have the weekly, the UX dedicated meeting, but I'm wondering this slot, what works better for everyone? If we don't have this every week, it's every other week, then we still have this time reserved on our calendar to move the UX meeting to this time. The UX one is normally on Wednesdays at the same time. Any
We
preference?
can move it over to this time every other week, so
Okay.
that works.
Okay. So I'll adjust the meetings after this session where this one will so next week it'll be a UX research topic, and then the following week, 2 weeks from today, will be PM UX weekly check-in, or it won't be weekly check-in anymore. It'll just be check-in because it's not weekly. Okay. Hey, on a separate topic, I forgot to add it to the agenda here. I'll add it. I was asking Jason of a question that came up at our last week's UX research. Where should we as PM be thinking about communicating the research we want to do within the next quarter to our UX researcher and designer? And he, and you know what, and I knew this, and I'm glad he reminded me. He said, really, it should be something that is obvious in the direction page for CI. So, and maybe I need a specific section in the direction page. Let me go find the direction page. I'll link to it. I'll add it to the agenda. Because in his mind, and I haven't been doing maybe referring everyone back to the page as often as I should. Let me add it here to the direction page. So that's, and this is specific to CI direction page. So what we want to do, and I wanted to ask Lori, really, if it's even helpful, is there are specific sections here, what's next and why, which is very specific to the upcoming milestone, but down to top vision item, I wonder if below that or above that, we should maybe consider calling out.
Well, here's the thing that I've experienced with other groups is that today, August 11th, they may think like 3 things need research. Tomorrow, August 12th, those 3 things might change. So what I just typically tell my PMs is just open a research issue, ping me on it. That's the system I work in. I will bookmark this page. I will put it in my bookmarks in my browser, but I'm not sure if I would come back and check this to see what
Right.
should be focusing on. So I don't mind that you put it here, but that's not where I would go to look at things or go to have a conversation with you and Vithika about things. But maybe that's just me. I can change. I totally can change what I do.
Sorry, and I probably communicated that poorly. I meant it would be one place that we go to at our every other week meeting to say, okay, this is what I just added to my direction page, and here's a link to a research issue that has something to do with this thing that is in the direction page. So that's totally fine, Tab. Yeah, if you want to collect them there and then we talk about it. Yeah. Okay, but I totally agree with you. For anything I want to talk about for research upcoming, there should be a UX research issue, and then we can. That will be the starting point of having that conversation in that issue.
Yeah, and I will tell you that the research issues, until the research is done, we are keeping them confidential because we don't want any of our potential users or customers to go and find them and read about them and bias themselves. Especially sometimes in our screeners, we'll ask some I mean, if you're just halfway
Oh,
intelligent, you'll
yeah,
know what we're going to be talking about in the
gotcha.
screener. So we don't want them to go and then search the repo for that project and read up on it before they come to either
Gotcha.
do the usability test or the whatever. So totally feel free to link them there. Just know that they'll be confidential for anybody outside of GitLab.
Okay, gotcha. That is everything under the actual UX research project.
Project. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they get turned unconfidential, unpublic after the project's over, so people can go back and read what we did, just not before we do the research.
Okay. You know, let me go to the top of this direction page because it links to research that's been closed. But okay, interesting. It links to an epic. I'll probably need to update that. This is kind of old. Huh. Verify. This purpose is to keep track of UX research, conduct and verify errors so that we can iterate and continue to explore. Okay, well, that one's closed. Okay, that sounds good. I wonder if it makes sense. It looks like originally Catherine had a research, an epic under the UX research project under which we would link to any individual research issue. Would that be helpful for us, or do any other groups do that, Lori? I don't think we ever followed that.
No, I think Tali, I feel like Tali tried that too. I'm not sure. Does that one look like it's still active? I'm not sure if Catherine's still doing that or not.
It's closed.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
closed.
I think we all tried some stuff every
Gotcha.
now and then to see what's going on. We have our own research board that you can find wherever the boards live for the research team. So that's how I keep track of what I'm assigned to.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I'm not like 100% active on it, I tell people assign me, or I'll go and assign myself to the issue just so I know what's going on, because that's a good clearinghouse for me to find out. But I mean, you can still put them there on this page. Just know that anybody outside, it's a confidential issue.
Okay. Well, and that's perfectly fine with me, but I'm curious, how would you even make it unconfidential if the entire UX research project is internal access only?
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh.
Anybody can search anybody can get in there and look. You know, I don't think it's internal only.
Oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood you earlier when I was saying, okay, so the issues, they're individually made confidential until we're done with that research. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. If I guess I could just use the labels to create a board of my own, unless there's a board that is commonly used. Are you talking about a board you create just for yourself of UX research?
The UX. No, it's the UX research team board. But I can't click on it. There it goes. I'll put it in the thing here.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to
That's
type
okay.
it. You could just put it there.
I was like, well, I don't want
Awesome.
I know how it is. It's like, I don't want to put it in there.
I actually like boards just as much, or probably more so than Epic. So I'm glad we have one. I'm not going to try to continue what was originally started with that Epic that Catherine created. It was a while back. It was a while back that she created it, a year ago. Okay. All right. That's all I had for today. I'll go back, Vitika, maybe at our one-on-one on Thursday, we can make sure that UX review Epic is updated. If you make
on the go, but yeah, I would need 10 minutes more. I can even share it with you today if you want to have a look at what are the things that are being worked on.
I'll check. There's no hurry. I'll check before we get together on Thursday.
Okay.
Right. And then I think on Thursday, so just to update Nadia and Lori, on Thursday, we're going to do, every time I do a kickoff video is something slightly different. The first one I did was me and with Dimitri speaking, Vitika sitting in on it. The second time it was just me and Vitika. This third time we'll be recording this Thursday will be me, Vitika, and Jason. So it'll be a 3-person discussion of the scope of 13.4. And we're doing it early since friends and family. It's the normal date is due on the 16th, which is Sunday, and we're all out on Friday. So, so look forward to that. And so I was thinking, Vitika, right after that meeting, I can't remember if you and I our sync is before or after that, but maybe we can. I was thinking this Thursday we can talk about 13.5.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, our session, that's odd. Our session, you and I are getting together after that. I think there are some things that are not going to make it into 13.4. That'll be for 13.5. And then there's a couple other things I wanted to run by you if you had, we could talk about it then.
Okay.
Anything else, folks? All right, I'll stop the recording.